All right, so today's video, we're going to be watching Domina from a pro team. This one is going to be Twisted Minds, and we're going to be seeing TVNT, who's been one of the better tanks in OWCS, pretty much playing anything. Usually you see a lot of like Diva or some other heroes, but Domina was being played, and this is also in a really cool matchup against CR, in which we're actually not seeing the mirror matchup. We've seen a lot of mirrors, but this is Domina just in a regular like pro setting. So let's see what happens, see how Domina gets played, and go from there.
5, 4,
See how it goes?
3, 1. Objectives unlocked in 30 seconds.
I am ready. Let's see.
Keep sliding.
So a lot of Domina is just like getting to your spot, setting up, and then going from there. We do have Domina versus Domina too, which is gonna be interesting to see. I think this is the grand finals matchup, if I'm correct. So these are some important matches here. Yep, just a lot of like early pressure. Don't need to like rush anything here. Right? Don't need to rush anything here. I feel like a lot of the playstyle with these like mirrors and Domina is just gonna be who shields second. If you can survive the first shield rotation and you can shield second, you're gonna probably have a good advantage. But sometimes there's that risk factor of not doing that, right? So
They've taken the robot. I will not abide it.
yep, there it is. A lot of teams are just like agreeing to shoot certain parts of the shield now, and you can start to see it happen. There's some of that self-heal from Domina. Aggressive push, but yeah. So that's pretty much how you want to start with Domina. It's kind of very much like Sigma. You can't really be too, like hyper aggro. You can't be like hyper aggro. You basically need to just do that. So play it super safe. You know, wait for the team fight to break out, and then hopefully you end up like winning over time. So it's interesting to see if he ran with Kiriko Lucio too, you know? Good AoE there. Everything seems pretty safe. Probably gonna have to deal with the ult. High noon Kitsune, good luck. Gonna have to be careful here. That high noon is just gonna be that's a zone in high noon chat. It's just gonna stop that Kitsune. There's the counter. Ooh, good shield. Okay, so after watching Domina so far, this is exactly the experience I've been seeing on Domina initially, like early game. Like you kind of just sit here. Did the healing thing get nerfed? Well, they fixed the interaction with shields where it was giving you way too much HP. So kind of. Gonna counter ult here? Yep. Okay. Been there, done that. Sometimes you just, your ults miss.
What a charming accessory. Sharper than words.
Yeah, we're watching pro player point of views. Crap went and got me a list of stuff. So we get to see like the point of view. Obviously, this is from the team that won the whole thing. So you can spectate him in game. No, I think we got the replay codes are from OBS Sojourn. If you haven't seen her channel, she has a lot of really cool like player point of views on there of like, you know, just a pro player on Tracer. So she has a really good resource of that with the spreadsheet and everything like that. So it's nice to have. Really, really good AoE there. Yeah, I mean, honestly, like, so far in Domina, it's pretty much what I've expected to see thus far. It's like, you don't want to be too aggro. It's an issue I've had on Domina is sometimes I get a little bit too aggro. And, like, I have to start thinking about how would I play Sigma in this situation, because the play style is very similar about how you would do that. Right? So very clean. It's very, like, exactly what I'm supposed to do, and it's a good reminder to myself that I always say less is more sometimes, and I think with Domina, sometimes that's what it is. It's like, you just don't want to... Like, you want to go up here and take a little bit of map control, right? And then what you do is you reset back where you want to, like, set up your team, whether it's up here on the high ground bridge, whether it's over on the cart, and then you just sit here like a statue. You wait, and then you rinse and repeat and go again. I do like the idea of what TVNT is doing here. I just want to give people an idea. A lot of people just like default to the checkpoint and just sit on the checkpoint here to block that, right? But what's happening here is more along the lines of controlling the bridge and creating space without feeding. And that's kind of what was the good play here was don't just like default back to the bot and just sit there and wait for them to drop down. Control this part of the map. Get up there. Like, and this is against CR that this has happened. It's very impressive to be able to do that because now you basically get a guaranteed checkpoint. You're also at an advantageous spot post-team fight when you get the checkpoint. And now you can get a little bit more of that bot time because they can't drop down. I'm expecting an aggressive ult here. I don't remember this match, obviously, because it's long days, but let's see. Yep, it's going to be aggressive. Get ready. Yep. Love the idea of that. Basically, pressure and backline. Still staying in that anchor spot to have help from your team. Ooh, almost got he's saying there. Might even get saved here because of the team. Yep. So, really good play, good rotation. Enough aggression, like right there, but also like playing it super slow and smart. I know. Dude, that blink, that double, if there wasn't a second blink there, that was it. Could you devault your teammates to save them from the Domina? Oh, I don't know, actually. Doesn't it, like, what's the timer on it exploded? I don't know. I remember that. What a play. So, chat, remember, the stun will stun people against the wall, which will, like, prevent a play. That just literally stopped beat. I remember that when it happened in real time, too. Showing you damage output here. See, like, TVNT is going a little bit safer of an approach here, even though less damage than Junbin, but still good, right? Like, again, you don't need to do all the damage in the world. You just need to basically survive team fights and make the plays when they matter. That's exactly what you're seeing. Aggressive gameplay here, getting into their spawn. Not really giving them much opportunity. Getting, you know, shredded a little bit by Tracer, but only so much that can happen at that point. Dude, just, I would be spinning in circles here too, don't worry. I'd be spinning in circles too. Well, it was because he's saying was just like pepper and damage from the side, you know? So like you're trying to hold space, but then you also have a Tracer just peppering you and you don't know what to do, so you just spin. Approaching the yep. There you go. You're gonna probably set up right here. Yes, exactly. So you set up around this corner because you're basically just trying to force them into this like all in. Actually, okay, dude. I was just gonna say, I have done that exact same thing before on Domina, where you kind of lose track of where your teammates are at. You set up and then you go, uh-oh. That's exactly what just happened. You get there just slightly ahead of everybody and you're just like, I'm good. That's what happened right there. Still though, like holding the bot bought a lot of time anyway. Yeah. I want to show you something here, chat, because I've noticed that TVNT does this multiple times, and I think you're going to see more Dominas do this. Do you see what like TVNT did here? I haven't been able to overanalyze too many of these, so it's kind of nice to see. But if you look right here, basically, I guess created the Venn diagram, but saw where the shield was in the corner and then used the shield here to basically block off the rest of there, which means that now this shield is basically useless, and Juman has to follow back. See what I'm saying? So like, that's kind of like a cool way to see that. You know, how like, you know, you can use your shields like this as your secondary approach. Like just basically block forward because you can't move your shield. So when you move it forward, you basically just get a free match with it. Yep. Aggressive ult. I love the reaction. I think whenever I start playing Domina now, I'm going to be a little bit more proactive with my ultimates. I think sometimes the surprise aspect of the ult is better than the predictable one. I mean, obviously that goes for a lot of ultimates, but I feel like with Domina, especially, it's like you just kind of need to send it without even like, don't even give them a second to think about it. Just send it and hope for the best. Like you just run by and just do a play. So. Unfortunately, I can't play too much Domina in ranked right now because Domina is always banned as well as Diva. So. We're trying to do that with Sigma. Sigma, you can manage your shield though over time. So it's like, wow, the survivability here. Still gonna go down, but to be able to build up ults and like still like sustain there. See? Just efficiency. Everybody's getting aggro. Good beat. I like this peel. I noticed this that something that Twisted Minds does in matches too is when Twisted Minds all-ins a tank, it generally goes very well. Like very well. They very much will take advantage of if a tank is out of position at any point. Safe play. Yep. Yeah, I don't put my shield all the time like at an angle like that. because I think about like the overall like aspect of the team, but it is good in like certain situations, especially when you're like 1v1s or something. So, yeah. Wait for it. Love that. Now keep in mind, they're going for the high noon play. So like, but like, that ultimate actually made it so there was going to be less kills there. Because you had to basically high noon through the shield, which stops the first shot. So that high noon play basically saves somebody. By just popping the ultimate on them during that. So I love that aggressive play.
We're making progress.
And there you go. So they won the first map there. I do have a second one, a second gameplay one. We've been doing 2 replay codes per because some of them can be quick. The next one is actually same map. So same map. Wait, no, this is the same code. No, never mind, it's not. This is against Liquid. Okay, so we get to see the same concept except against Liquid on this map. So let's see what the difference is. Okay, here we go. Time for that neutral in the middle. An Echo, though. A little bit of a different approach with the Echo. Love it. Aggressive. I noticed a different approach this time, although this is a different matchup. Like the other one was actually the second match. So this is before the adjustments that were made. So they opted more for the left side. I wonder if they opt for the left side against the Echo, because that's like less space to work with. I mean, against Domina, I mean, I don't know. Like, if you're tanking, you can go Ramatch and Ryan. Bastion's pretty good against the shields. Like, there's some heroes that work against that. Still watching. Yep. Yeah, I think that's why that approach happened. Basically, you take the... You just basically try to avoid some of the sight lines of the Echo. Love the aggressive shields to basically take away one side of the map is really good. I'm loving that. Echo's probably good against Dominant Shield, though. Good stun. Yep. Domina is being played exactly how I've been playing Domina thus far in general. It's just like, don't be too aggro. Get to your spots. Wait on cooldowns, rinse and repeat. Very Sigma-like. That's exactly what Sigma does. Except Sigma, you have a little bit more flexibility on moving from your spot because your shield is like, you can drop your shield and then bring it back up again. But, yeah. I watch this just off of a spreadsheet. Okay, here we go. Moving on up.
The robot is in my possession.
Shield in front. Yeah, there it is. I've noticed that's very consistent with DBNT's playstyle is to basically shield in front of their shield when you're second and then hope for the best, and it's been working. Basically, you're just challenged with the idea that it will be a little bit more difficult to get that play off, but yeah.
No mistake.
Not bad.
We must cease their progression.
Damage-wise, you know, still pretty solid across the board. Obviously, Liquid won a couple of early team fights there, so you're going to see just a little bit more damage output. This ultimate will be pretty key. I wonder if it's going to be one of those aggressive ults we've seen. So what I've been seeing from when you see Twisted Minds now, I think you're going to see a like intended play to go speed boost past the, yeah, here it is. They're still waiting for like the right opportunity. There we go. The team couldn't like figure out what to do. Nice. There's the kill. I've been there, done that. Don't you worry. So, yep. They did pretty much exactly what I thought they were going to do. They get aggressive with the ultimate, but then when all the ultimates popped, you had to basically be patient and wait. And then it ended up being a pretty good ultimate because you followed up on the kills. So, yep. Here we go.
They took him from us.
Still waiting. Yep. Yeah, I mean, honestly, chat, like, this really is exactly what you're doing, Domina. It's not gonna like seem like it's gonna be a lot of basically standing in the same spots, but this is exactly what you want to do. Stay alive, play as much as you can there, all in the tank when you find it like necessary. But the most important part, don't feed. Just don't feed. That's the most important part here. That's it. Don't feed, you'll be in a good spot. Set up your shield as you get aggressive. make some plays, go from there. Yep.
What's up?
Here we go. Good ultimate there. I wonder if you can survive this with the back away. Yeah, no. Both teams seem to have the same strategy. You just, this is what would happen with Sigma sometimes, is like you just get all in, and there's nothing you can really do except just hope that you survive as long as you possibly can. You know what I mean? So, and they're gonna go right back to the middle, and they're gonna do the same thing, same concept, but it's gonna go like, they're gonna alt domino, and you're gonna see the same play, but you have the advantage with the Domina ultimate. And that's like the largest point here. So we'll see. He's only in himself. I mean, maybe. Oh, what a stun. The cleanse is out too. That cleanse being out is, yep, I was gonna say. Once that cleanse was out, it was basically a guaranteed like play happening after that. Excellent play. So I also, one thing I want to start doing with Domina after watching this, I need to be a little bit well-timed with my aggression, though. I talk about playing safe, but there are a couple moments where I see windows of opportunity that are being taken, like, almost consistently. I think I need to do a better job of that myself. I'm just being a little bit more consistent on, like, recognizing an opportunity to go for that Kiriko in the back line. It's very impressive. Like I said, it's very clean Domina gameplay. There's a rotation where you can just do the AoE to kind of zone them out, which is going to leave Infected susceptible on the point, which is exactly what's happening. There's a pulse. Let's look at my pulses. I get it. Yeah. And there's the trades out. Yeah. And if you notice there, by the way, this goes back to what I've talked about with space creation. TVNT didn't go back to help against Infected there. Just stayed up here to maintain this part of the map. Sometimes it's just like it's too long to peel back, and when you give up that map control, that's how you lose the team fight. It was a very good reaction not to commit to the back line there, like not to feed, but not to go back and try to help your team against Infected. Like, just let your team self peel and hope that you do a good job with it. And they did a good job with it, as well as the ultimate, obviously, that came out there. Yep. Huge play. Yep. Like I said, it's very clean gameplay. It's just very like, not feeding, basically. Just it's a very good play style. Because if you look, like, how many deaths on TVNT? 3. Damage output solid. Like doing good damage, but just not getting taken out over and over again. Ready? Here's the ult with the aggressive play. We see it every time now. Yep. I think that's their strategy when they play Domina too, is basically get aggressive with your ultimates the moment that you see anything used. So I'm going to be more aggro with my Domina ultimates today if I play some Domina. Although Domina's banned every game and my queues are 20 minutes, but because of champions, but still. Good play. Overall, that was fun to watch. Like I said, with Domina, it's going to be very much Sigma-like, where you're going to have moments where you're just kind of standing there, so it may not be as flashy as, let's say, if you're watching a Tracer going to the back line. But from a tank perspective, that's exactly what you want to do. Don't overfeed, create the space, don't give up your spots to go peel back. Pretty clean gameplay, and I think we'll see even Domina get better and better on a lot of these players, because this is like week 1 of Domina for these players. So that was fun to watch. Let me know if there's any other heroes from a pro perspective you want to see. If you like the video, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the YouTube if you haven't, leave a comment. All that helps. Join my Discord if you haven't, and if you want to see some more of these videos, it's going to pop up. It's going to be over here on the bottom or to my side or somewhere over there. I don't know. It's good videos. With that being said, hope you all have an amazing day / night.